18 games, all straight up 10/10s, all worth every single dollar. The PS5 library is absolutely stacked right now. And if you're still playing the same stuff from 2 years ago, yeah, we gotta fix that ASAP. I'm not talking about games that are just good or only worth it on sale. I'm talking about full-blown masterpieces, must-play experiences that define this generation and are worth every penny. Let's go.
1. Clair Obscur Expedition 33. There's something almost poetic about Clair Obscur Expedition 33. From the first moment, it hits you with this surreal art direction, like stepping into a dream where light and shadow are constantly at war. Everything in this game feels intentional, from the painterly visuals to the haunting soundtrack that sticks in your head for days. It's not your average RPG. It blends turn-based combat with real-time rhythm mechanics, meaning timing actually matters. Every encounter feels like a performance, like you're fighting to the beat of destiny itself. The story is beautifully tragic, revolving around humanity's final days and the idea of confronting fate head-on. And the characters, they're not just tropes. They're people you feel for, people whose pain and hope you carry with you as you play. It's emotional in a way few games dare to be. And every boss fight feels like it's testing your resolve as much as your reflexes. When the credits rolled, I sat there in silence, just processing what I'd experienced. Clair Obscur isn't just a game, it's art. And it's one of those rare titles that makes you proud to be a gamer. Worth every penny, and then some.
2. Hollow Knight Silksong. If you've been waiting for Silksong as long as the rest of us, the payoff is so worth it. This game is what happens when a developer refuses to settle for good enough. You take control of Hornet, and right away you feel the difference. She's faster, sharper, more agile. The movement is ridiculously smooth, and mastering her flow feels almost meditative. But the real star here is the world. Team Cherry built something that feels alive in every frame. A labyrinth of secrets, mysteries, and challenges that constantly reward exploration. You're not just moving through levels, you're discovering life forms, societies, and histories. Every enemy is handcrafted. Every soundtrack note sets the tone perfectly. And when you finally conquer one of those brutal boss fights, the sense of accomplishment is unreal. There's no bloat here, just pure, focused gameplay that respects your time and skill. It's beautiful, emotional, and haunting, the kind of game you can play for hours and still find something new. Silksong isn't just worth the full price, it's a masterpiece that redefines what a 2D game can be. 3. Death Stranding 2 on the Beach. Now this is one of the boldest sequels I've ever played. Death Stranding 2 doubles down on everything Kojima wanted to say the first time. Loneliness, connection, purpose, and turns it into something even more powerful. The landscapes feel even more alien now. Massive storms, endless beaches, strange new biomes. Every step you take feels uncertain, like the world itself is testing you. The story is heavy, emotional, and packed with symbolism. There are moments where you'll just stop moving and listen, because the atmosphere and music hit that hard. It's not about action in the traditional sense. It's about the journey, the meaning behind every delivery, and the quiet moments in between. And when it does deliver those big cinematic sequences, it's absolutely breathtaking. The visuals are next level. Every texture, every environment feels like something out of a high-end sci-fi film. But the real magic is how personal it feels. Few games make you reflect on life and connection like this one. It's weird, it's beautiful, and it's 100% Kojima in the best way possible. You don't just play Death Stranding 2, you experience it.
4. Ghost of Yotei. This one hit me hard. Ghost of Yotei feels like the spiritual successor to Ghost of Tsushima, but darker, colder, and more introspective. You're exploring these snow-covered mountains and frozen forests. Every frame looks like it was painted by hand. The world feels alive, but eerily quiet, like it's holding its breath. combat is brutally satisfying. It's not about button mashing, it's about precision, patience, and mastering your blade. Every duel feels personal, and when you finally land that perfect strike, it's unbelievably rewarding. But what sets Yotei apart is the emotional weight behind everything you do. The story tackles themes of loss, redemption, and honor, and it does so with such subtlety that you'll find yourself reflecting on it even after you stop playing. There's no filler here, just pure, meaningful exploration and combat wrapped in one of the most stunning open worlds I've ever seen. It's cinematic, poetic, and powerful. If Tsushima showed us the beauty of the samurai, Yotei shows us the pain that comes with that path. This game deserves to be played, savored, and remembered. Silent Hill F? Man, Silent Hill F isn't just creepy. It gets under your skin in ways few horror games ever do. From the moment it starts, there's this thick tension that never lets go. The setting, 1960s Japan, gives it this surreal, almost elegant kind of dread. You're surrounded by beauty, but you know something awful is just beneath the surface. And that's what makes it so brilliant. It's not jump scare horror, it's psychological. It messes with your head. The story explores fear, guilt, and trauma through this haunting narrative that unfolds slowly, like a nightmare you can't wake up from. The visuals are disturbing yet stunning. Those red fungal blooms spreading through towns, consuming everything, are unforgettable. You can almost smell the decay through the screen. The sound design? Unreal. The quiet creaks, the whispers, the distant cries, it makes you paranoid even when nothing's happening. What I love most, though, is that Silent Hill F respects the player's imagination. It doesn't explain everything. It lets you feel lost. And when the credits roll, you're not just scared, you're emotionally drained in the best way. This is horror as art. Eerie, elegant, and unforgettable. A true 10 out of 10 experience for anyone brave enough to step into the fog. 6. Sackboy: A Big Adventure. Okay, let's take a breather, because Sackboy: A Big Adventure is pure joy wrapped in yarn. This game is just happiness in motion. It's colorful, creative, and full of charm. Every level feels like it was built by people who love games and want to make you smile. The platforming is tight and satisfying, simple to pick up, but with just enough challenge to keep you on your toes. The co-op is where it really shines. Playing this with family or friends is a blast. There's laughter, chaos, teamwork, or sometimes betrayal when someone accidentally throws you off a cliff, but it's all in good fun. What's crazy is how much personality this little character has. Sackboy doesn't talk, but the way he moves, reacts, and celebrates makes him more expressive than most protagonists with full dialogue. The level design is incredible too. 1 minute you're dancing to a synchronized music stage, the next you're swinging through handcrafted worlds that look straight out of a stop-motion film. It's wholesome, it's heartfelt, and it's impossible not to love. This is the kind of game that reminds you why gaming is fun. Not stressful, not competitive, just pure, joyful creativity. Totally worth every cent, especially if you play it with someone you love. 7. Resident Evil 2 Remake. Now this is how you do a remake right. Resident Evil 2 isn't just a recreation, it's a complete reimagining of one of the most iconic horror games ever made. The first time I saw the police station again, rebuilt in modern detail, I got chills. It's like Capcom bottled nostalgia and injected it straight into Unreal Engine. The lighting is insane. Every shadow hides something that could ruin your day. Every hallway feels claustrophobic. And the sound, the distant footsteps of Mr. X echoing through the building, it's pure dread. But what makes this remake legendary is how balanced it is. It's terrifying, but never unfair. It rewards smart play and punishes panic. Leon and Claire's campaigns feel distinct, and both offer that perfect blend of survival and story. You're constantly managing resources, solving puzzles, and deciding whether to fight or flee. There's no padding, no filler, just clean, focused design. Even years later, it still holds up as one of the best survival horror games ever made. Every time I replay it, I find myself saying, yep, this is how horror should feel. It's tense, it's beautiful, and it's one of those rare remakes that outshines the original in every possible way.
Demon Souls. Demon Souls, the game that truly showed what the PS5 was capable of. Even now, it's jaw-dropping, from the reflections on armor to the way fog rolls across the ground. Bluepoint didn't just remaster this classic, they resurrected it. But visuals aside, the real magic is in the atmosphere. This game breathes despair. Every castle corridor, every ruined battlement feels ancient, cursed, and dangerous. And the combat? It's punishing, but deeply rewarding. Every victory feels earned, every death teaches you something new. It's not just about skill, it's about patience, about learning the rhythm of the game's world. And once it clicks, it's euphoric. Boss fights are a masterclass in design. They're not just enemies, they're experiences. Each one tells a story through movement and environment. What I love most, though, is how lonely it feels, but in a good way. You're the small spark in a dying world, and every small step forward feels monumental. The PS5 version's soundtrack, lighting, and world design turn that feeling into something hauntingly beautiful. Playing Demon Souls is like reading a dark fantasy novel that punishes you, but you love every second of it. Worth full price? Absolutely. It's not just a remake, it's a masterpiece reborn. 9. God of War Ragnarök. Man, God of War Ragnarök isn't just a sequel, it's a full-blown emotional roller coaster. From the first scene, you can feel Kratos changing. He's not just a god of war anymore. He's a father trying to protect what's left of his world. And the way the story mixes that human side with epic Norse chaos, pure magic. The combat still feels insane. Every swing of the Leviathan axe hits with weight. And when you call it back, man, that sound is so satisfying. But what really gets me are those small moments, the quiet talks with Atreus, the guilt, the lessons, the humor from Ymir. It all feels real. Each realm looks stunning too, from snowy Midgard to fiery Muspelheim. Everything's so alive. It's one of those rare games that blends brutal action and deep storytelling perfectly. Honestly, it's not just worth the full price, it's worth every sleepless night you'll spend playing it. Number 10. Rise of the Ronin. Rise of the Ronin totally surprised me. It's like someone took my love for samurai movies and dropped me right in the middle of it. You get this massive open world set during Japan's chaotic 19th century, and you actually feel the tension of old traditions clashing with new technology. The freedom here is wild. You can sneak, go full samurai, or even glide across rooftops like a ninja. Combat feels fast, heavy, and personal. Every duel feels like a test of pride. The best part? Your choices matter. You decide who to trust, who to betray, and it genuinely changes the story. The world is beautiful, sunlight cutting through fog, leaves floating mid-fight. It's cinematic without feeling fake. It's not just another sword game. It's about honor, identity, and finding your own path. Totally worth every cent, especially if you love games that make you feel like a legend. Number 11, Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. Now this game is pure chaos in the best way possible. Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 drops you into massive battles where everything explodes and screams at once, and somehow it's glorious.
You're this walking tank in armor, mowing down hordes of Tyranids, and every single hit feels heavy. The sound design alone makes you feel like you're part of some epic war movie. Bolt gun blasts, chain swords roaring, the ground shaking beneath you. But it's not just brainless action. You've got to be tactical, using your surroundings, managing ammo, and timing your strikes. And visually, it's insane. Huge alien landscapes, glowing armor plates, fire lighting up the battlefield. It's brutal beauty. It's one of those games that makes you feel unstoppable. If you want a power fantasy that actually delivers, Space Marine 2 earns every single dollar of its price tag.
12. Metaphor ReFantazio. Alright, this one's for the dreamers. Metaphor ReFantazio feels like stepping into a painting that suddenly comes alive. It's got that same creative spark as Persona, but it's its own world, mysterious, emotional, and completely mesmerizing. The story dives deep into facing fears and finding your purpose, but it never feels forced. The characters grow naturally, and by the end, you actually care about every one of them. The art direction, unreal. It's this mix of fantasy and surrealism that constantly makes you stop just to admire the view. The combat blends real-time and strategy perfectly, fast, stylish, and always rewarding. And the soundtrack? Chills every time. It makes you feel like you're on some grand emotional journey. It's one of those games that stays with you long after the credits roll, and that, to me, is worth more than just the price tag. It's worth the experience.
13. Split Fiction. Now, Split Fiction, man, this one hit me harder than I expected. It's one of those games that blurs the line between reality and imagination so well that you start questioning what's real. The whole concept revolves around two timelines that slowly twist together, and every choice you make changes both worlds in subtle ways. The writing? Phenomenal. It's not just storytelling, it's like you're inside a mind that's falling apart and trying to piece itself back together. And it's not heavy in a depressing way. It's haunting, beautiful, and strangely hopeful. The gameplay keeps you engaged with exploration, puzzles, and dialogue that actually matters. You'll find yourself stopping just to think, trying to understand the deeper meaning behind what's going on. And visually, it's stunning. Moody lighting, surreal colors, that dreamlike quality that keeps you hooked. Split Fiction feels personal, powerful, and artistic. One of those rare games that stays with you long after you finish it. Definitely one of the most underrated gems on PS5.
14. Monster Hunter Wilds. Man, Monster Hunter Wilds is a masterpiece in pure immersion. The first time you step into that massive world, it feels alive. Storms roll in, creatures roam freely, and the ecosystem reacts to you. It's not just about hunting monsters, it's about surviving with them. The scale of the fights is mind-blowing. You're battling creatures that make you feel small, in the best way possible. And when you finally take one down after a long fight, that sense of accomplishment, nothing compares. The new seamless world design is genius. No loading zones, no interruptions. Just one living, breathing environment that constantly changes. What really gets me, though, is the bond you form with your weapons and your team. Every hunt feels like a story, every success earned. The visuals are absolutely jaw-dropping, and Capcom has taken everything from Monster Hunter World and cranked it to 11. This isn't just a game, it's an adventure you live through. Every dollar, every hour, completely worth it.
15. Black Myth Wukong. If I had to describe Black Myth Wukong in one word, it'd be awe. You can tell the developers poured their souls into this game. It's based on the classic Journey to the West, but it reimagines that myth with such cinematic power that every scene feels legendary. You play as the Monkey King, and the combat, oh man, it's so fluid and satisfying.
Each staff strike feels powerful, and every boss fight is pure art. These aren't just fights, they're experiences. The world is dark, mysterious, and absolutely gorgeous. From foggy forests to crumbling temples, every location feels sacred, like it holds a story you're not supposed to know yet. And the soundtrack? Goosebumps every time. It elevates the emotion of every encounter. What I love most, though, is how it balances calm exploration with intense, heart-pounding action. It's that perfect mix of beauty and brutality. Honestly, this game doesn't just deserve your money, it deserves your respect.
The fuse box is missing a fuse.
16. Alan Wake 2. Now, Alan Wake 2. This game is pure psychological brilliance. It's creepy, it's mysterious, and it makes you think. Remedy absolutely nailed that uneasy feeling where you're never sure what's real and what's in Alan's head. The storytelling here is unmatched. It plays with light and darkness in ways that go beyond visuals. It's metaphorical, emotional, and genuinely terrifying at times. Switching between Alan and Saga adds so much depth to the pacing. You're solving mysteries, uncovering layers of the story, and it constantly keeps you guessing. The atmosphere? Insane. Every room, every sound, every flicker of light builds tension. It's horror, but elevated, more psychological than jump scare. It's also one of the most visually stunning games ever made. The reflections, the lighting, they make the world feel alive, even in its most disturbing moments. By the end, you're not just playing a game, you're experiencing an interactive thriller masterpiece. This is storytelling done right. Worth full price, worth every second.
17. Mafia: The Old Country. Now, Mafia: The Old Country is something special. It's not just a game, it's like stepping into a living movie. From the first moment, you feel like you've been thrown straight into the golden age of crime, where loyalty, betrayal, and family all collide in one incredible story. The atmosphere is unreal. You can almost smell the smoke from the bars, hear the old jazz echoing through the streets, and feel the tension in every conversation. It's not about mindless shooting, it's about story, about emotion, about the people you meet along the way. The writing here is sharp and emotional. It's a slow burn, one that rewards patience with moments that hit hard. Every mission feels like a piece of history, beautifully crafted and cinematic. And visually, it's pure style. The lighting, the cars, the rain-soaked roads. It's like watching an old gangster film, but you're in control. I love games that make you feel something, and The Old Country nails that perfectly. It's nostalgic, powerful, and easily one of the most underrated gems of this generation. If you love story-driven experiences, trust me, this one will stay with you long after the credits roll. 18. Gran Turismo 7. Finally, Gran Turismo 7. This is the definition of perfection for racing fans. Pure, refined, beautiful driving. Every car, every track, every turn feels handcrafted. You can feel the weight of your car, the texture of the asphalt, even the humidity in the air. This isn't just a racing game, it's a celebration of car culture. Whether you're a casual fan or a total gearhead, the love and passion poured into this game are obvious. What I adore most is how meditative it can be. You can spend hours tuning a ride, taking it for a spin, or just cruising to the sound of the engine. It's almost therapeutic. The graphics are jaw-dropping. The reflections, the lighting, even the weather effects, it's like watching a real-life race. And that soundtrack, it's perfect. There's something magical about the way Gran Turismo 7 connects you to the road. It's not just about winning, it's about the feeling of driving. This game proves that perfection isn't always loud. Sometimes it's precise, elegant, and absolutely unforgettable. Easily a 10 out of 10 and worth every cent.
And there you have it. 18 perfect 10 out of 10 PS5 games that are absolutely worth your money. If you've made it this far, you already know these aren't just games, they're experiences. So, go dust off that controller and dive back in. Your next favorite game might just be on this list. If you enjoyed this one, make sure to subscribe to Playverse Gaming. We've got plenty more lists, deep dives, and hidden gems coming your way.